Hey Lee, thank you so much for requesting a cameo. I always get so excited when I get to make these for people, so I was very excited when I saw this come through. It looks like you are wondering if I have heard of the Shining Force on the Sega Mega Drive, and I have actually never heard of that. I didn't really get into gaming until later in life, so I'm still learning about a lot of games that I missed, and the Shining Force game is definitely one of them. I'll have to look into that. I did have a Dreamcast when I was younger, but the only thing I really played was Crazy Taxi, and I think I had a Sonic game on there, but I'm not sure which one it was. It's the one where he's running over the bridge away from the killer whale, and I just remember doing that part over and over and over again because I was really bad at the game and didn't know what I was doing. So that's really the only gaming I did when I was younger and the only console that I really had. And then a little later in life, I did get a PlayStation 2, and I played a lot of Crash Bandicoot, but most of my gaming knowledge is more recent games, so I don't have a lot of gaming knowledge on retro games or retro consoles. So I'll definitely have to look into that and see what it's all about, but it sounds pretty cool because you say that there are different and weird and wonderful characters to choose from to assemble a team. That kind of sounds like Mass Effect-ish, where you get to assemble your team and you have a bunch of really cool, unique characters. So that definitely seems like something that could have been a lot of fun. So I'll have to look into that. It also looks like you do WWE videos on YouTube. That's awesome. I don't know anything about commentary, and I'm just getting into the WWE universe, so I would not be very good at that commentary. But it's really cool that you make your own videos on YouTube as well. And then it also looks like you ask about... Sorry, Lee, hold on. I'm reading through your I'm reading through your prompt right now to make sure that I'm hitting everything. Do you think the gaming industry caters to disabled folk like you in terms of equipment? So, unfortunately, I do feel like we have a very, very far way to go in the gaming industry in terms of making gaming accessible for everybody. We have come a long way in recent years in terms of accessibility settings and features within games, namely the ones I can think of that made great strides from an outsider's perspective is The Last of Us Part 2. I remember that did get a lot of praise from people within the gaming space for having great accessibility features. But in terms of equipment to help with accessibility, I feel like we're really lacking there. And I know there are a lot of more programs that are trying to pioneer this and push for this. Able Gamers is one that I follow that I love. Steven Spohn is someone who is really trying to lead the way and lead the charge in terms of creating accessibility for people in the gaming space, creating technology for people who have various needs or just abilities in terms of their functionality for controllers and things like that. So I know that we have made great strides recently, but we still have a really long way to go. And it's always disheartening to see on social media the discourse when people talk about accessibility. And in terms of that, we have a very long way to go because I feel like a lot of gamers are not on board. And that's just really disheartening to see. So we do have a long way to go. But that being said, I do think we've made some great strides, but I can't speak to that very well because I'm not in that space. So I guess I would turn that around on you and ask you that as well. How do you feel about it? Because you would know much more than I would, and I'm always trying to learn more. I'm always trying to grow and become more knowledgeable. So I'd like to know what you have to say about that, and if you think that we need more strides in that, and what can I do to try to help promote accessibility in my community and in the gaming space, because that's definitely something that I could improve on. So Lee, I hope that answers your question. I know I couldn't really talk to the game that you had played before, but I hope I was able to kind of give some insight a little bit into my thoughts and feelings on things. And I really appreciate the fact that you got a cameo. It's so exciting to see people making other videos on YouTube. There's so much room for creators here in this space, so it's great that there's people making different types of content. WWE content. I know there's a lot of people who love that out there, so I wish you the best of luck on your YouTube journey, and thank you so much for being a fan of the channel, being a part of this community, and I hope you have a great day, Lee. Thank you so much.